that, then use a silver nectarate stick. See if we can't cauterize that and have it go away. It looks like a little wart.
Okay.
Okay. Heart-wise, you got a heart murmur, you got a leak. Other than that, she could live a long time on the medications that you're doing. She's doing really quite well.
What do you mean by a long time? A couple more years?
A couple more years, a couple more days, a couple more weeks.
Well, I don't know what things take a turn for the
She'll
worse.
have a lot of trouble breathing and you'll have a lot of coughing. The aortic heart valve is the one that pumps blood throughout the body. So when that one starts, it backs up into the lungs, and then it'll back up into the chest and abdomen with fluid, with ascites. So it'll be a lot more difficult for her to breathe, and it'll sound really wet and gurgly. And you may even see something in the way of a pot belly.
She's noticed, Diana's noticed her body might be changing some, like her belly's distended a little more.
It doesn't feel bad at this point in time. I think that's probably more muscle mass loss than really anything else. If she is not producing, if she's not pumping blood enough and keeping the blood pressure high enough in the kidneys, then you're going to get some kidney shutdown and some other stuff that way. So occasionally we will check blood. Usually we leave it go every 6 months or so. We did her in October, so I would tell you probably March or so, take some blood. Let's check liver function, kidney function, and see how things are going.
Okay. Yeah, I told your assistant that it's rare that she'll just start hacking and coughing out of nowhere. Usually it's when she's in activity or roughhousing with her other Chihuahua. Some nights in the past it has been an issue, but she gave her Robitussin and it seemed to help. We haven't had to do that in a month at least.
Okay. Robitussin will help take down some of the crap that's here in her throat because she's breathing a little harder and has to dry that out. If you start getting it to the point where she's coughing all the time, then you've got fluid into the lungs. And we'll increase your Lasix to help dry that out.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So, but you're actually, Chihuahuas are, they're interesting. And the fact that heart disease is pretty commonplace in them. And usually they will live a couple of years after you diagnose it. It's generally diagnosed at age. So,
But you'll know it when it's time to come see you.
yeah, she'll tell you.
Okay.
She'll be laying around having trouble breathing, look at you like, come on. It's
Yeah.
time. So,
Okay. So I guess Chihuahuas aren't necessarily the main breed that gets these. It's not small dogs in general, or big dogs get it too.
well, big dogs will get it also. There's a number of different heart conditions that we'll see. Big dogs right now, the issue with those are grain-free diets or high legume diets that tend to be low in toluene, and we're starting to see dilatative cardiomyopathy. Cats 25 years ago were diagnosed as having dilatative cardiomyopathy, probably 35 years ago, and that was the cat foods were deficient in toluene. Once they added toluene, practically eliminated that from the pool.
So dogs should or shouldn't have grain.
The dog foods, grain-free diets are an invention of social media, okay? And that tends to be the issue with that. Grain-free diets, the only thing that they're doing, it doesn't say that they're low-carb diets. They're a very high carbohydrate diet. Grain-free diets tend to be a higher glycemic index carb, one that will convert to sugar faster. So it gives them more energy. Oh, they like it a whole lot better because they get a sugar spike and then it decreases and they're ready to eat again. They want more food.
If they have the grain.
If they have either grain or grain-free. The glycemic index of corn or wheat is relatively low compared to that of potato, sweet potato, rice, tapioca, peas, all of those things that are utilized in grain-free. So grain-free is an invention of, oh my God, you've got skin allergies. And so back 40 or 50 years ago, lamb and rice became a novel protein source and a novel carbohydrate source for dogs with skin allergies. And back then we blamed it on Purina's Red 2 dye and all of that other stuff that was there. And I've always said that it's probably carbohydrates. So when you go to a grain-free diet, for every one that it helps, you have 10 that it does nothing to, or they're worse on it, or they require more steroids, or they get Cushing's disease, or they get bladder stones, or they get overgrowth yeast infections. And so I am not really a proponent of a grain-free diet.
She eats no grains. She eats meat patties, come in big long frozen packages,
Check it.
red ones. Check it?
Check it.
That's the name of it?
No.
Oh.
Check your ingredient list
Ah.
and see, because just because they're in a frozen meat patty, most of those have a carbohydrate source with them.
Okay. And then the other thing we feed her is this freeze-dried stuff. It's little squares. Add water to, which is supposed to be freeze-dried meat product, no grains.
Okay, but I would check both of those
Yeah.
because they tend to imply that there's no grain, but the majority of them are a mix.
Okay.
So just read the ingredient list.
Okay.
I'll be right there.
We did it.
Lexi.
We did it. Let's see, kiddo.
Well, I wasn't sure if you were wanting us to do it or if you were going to be back there, so we waited a few minutes and a little bit more.
Yeah, let's take her a little more. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
What was that? I thought we were out of dogs.